Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again with another slasher film. This one's a 2006 All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Directed by Jonathan Levine. It gets a 5.5 on IMDb. It gets a 5 from me. It's a good one-time watch. There is a twist at the end, a nice twist at the end. I'm gonna spoil it, but I'll say, give you a signal that I'm gonna spoil it for the people who don't want to know. Shut off the video and maybe come back later to see the rest of the video of the review. Please like if you like, comment if you want to comment, and subscribe. It's free, no worries. You're a badge of honor. the viewer, the subscribed viewer. Now let's get into business. So you got Amber Heard in this movie, of course, the notorious Amber Heard, with a little controversy a few years back, and she plays the Mandy Lane, basically a angel of heaven. Everybody, they're like mesmerized by this chick. She's like the most beautiful chick in the world. First of all, not my kind of type, not my type, blonde, and I wasn't really, no, actually I prefer more dark haired ones, so no. And I prefer to have a little bit more skin than anorexic, you know. Then her best friend Michael, played by Michael Welch, Emmett. He's like, everybody's calling him a fag, you know. He's their BFF, but he's not really doing things. Everybody's trying to get in Mandy's pants, okay? So but there's something off with Mandy, you know. There's something off. She's always sitting there and sitting there like a beaten up puppy. And then at some point, she's invited to this pool party by this jock named Dylan, and at some point, this Dylan guy, he's going to sit next to Mandy, and so he says, "Why you're not in the water? I didn't bring my swimming trunks." "Oh, you don't need to. You can just do it in your bra, you know." And then he says, "Oh my God, you're sexy." "Oh no, let me. She's going through her pants. She stopped multiple times. Eventually, Emmett uses this water squirter gun on Dylan, and he goes there like, "You!" He slugs him in the fucking face, and he pulls him in the water. He's drowning him. He's a completely fucked up Dylan. Then Mandy yells, "Dylan!" And he's like, "Oh, it's all good. We're just playing. And he says, Emmett is like, "Yeah, we're just playing. No worries." And he's getting away. Now he's sitting on the rooftop, Emmett, and he's holding this bottle of scotch against his, you know, welt of a wound because he pelted him pretty hard. And he's coming there, and he says, "I come in peace. You gotta get off my roof." Okay, I was just sitting here drinking my, and then he starts to say, "Listen, I just want Mandy." And then he's starting about the fact that he's blasé. Everybody wants Mandy. Everybody comes to Mandy like him. You know, you think you're one of a kind. You're, you know, for her, you're the 1,000th on a road to get to Mandy's pants, and she doesn't want that kind of type. And then he says, "Okay, what kind of type does she want? Okay, you know, do something special. Jump off the roof into the swimming pool." Now this is a crazy situation because, okay, it's first floor, Plus, it has a certain distance, okay? And he says, "Come on, Emmett." He says, "You never did that before." So he's kind of talking him up to do something dangerous, that can possibly kill him. And at some point, Emmett does say, "Oh, no, no, stop, stop, you're too drunk for this. No, 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 no. Don't tell me on my roof, in my house, in my own house, that I'm too drunk." So he takes off his towel and he yells, "Mandy Lane!" And he jumps, and you hear this thumping sound, but you don't see. The movie has some pretty violent scenes. You don't see. So you see the guy falling in the pool with his back flat on his back. That can hurt. But then you see the guy bleeding from the back of his head. Now I'm thinking, did he? I'm guessing you hear this clunk that he hit his head on the side of the pool, but you don't see it. So, and that killed him. But I don't think that just hitting his head on the water surface, okay, that hurts. Like I said, it's flat on the water, but in that height, it wouldn't kill you. You have to jump way higher to basically get ripped apart by the water, and then it acts like cement. Yeah. So everybody's in shock, and he's just standing there with his bottle of scotch, drinking from it, and looking down. And Mandy's looking at him like she's in shock of him, and also she doesn't mind. It's weird. It's weird. Mandy's weird. The entire movie long, she's weird. Then she's hanging out with this new bunch of friends. Let's talk about these friends. You've got Red, Bird, Chloe, Jake, and Marlon. Okay? Now they're all befriended with Dylan in a certain way. Now, I don't like any of these of these 5 people. Yeah, I don't like any of them. And I actually don't like Mandy as well. She's sitting there always being fucking perfect and sitting there. And why the fuck is she going with these people? She hates those people. All these guys want to get into her pants. Chloe is like this mega bitch who's wearing these fucking plastic boob cups to make her boobs look bigger. And she's doing something. At some point, she's doing something because she got rejected by a guy. She's doing something, and she's snipping somewhere. She's taking a scissors and she's snipping somewhere. What the fuck is she doing? Is she snipping her pubic hairs? I'm not sure. What the fuck is she doing? And then the lights go out, and she's help. I mean, help! I'm here. Help me! Help me! She yelled, "Help me!" And the killer turned out the lights, and the lights go back on. And then there's this. So this guy, Red, owns this this mansion in the middle of nowhere, in the outbacks. And he invites Mandy, and he says, "I got first dibs on Mandy." And then Bert says, "I got first dibs." And then Jake says, "I got first dibs." Everybody wants to. But eventually, Chloe and Marlon. Chloe calls Marlon, who's not fat. She's fat shaming her constantly, which is so fucked up. But she's kind of a slut, Marlon. At some point, they're going to the ranch mansion, and there's a caretaker there called Gart, who was also an ex-Marine, and they see this truck with all these beer kegs, and they want to steal one. So Jake goes with this plan towards this guy. Do you know the area well? Because I don't know. And meanwhile, they're stealing one of the kegs, and then all the girls come out of the toilet, and one of them, I think Marlon, is showing her tits with bra on, and he's like, yeah, yeah, I like that, I like that. Everybody's showing off, and then he notices that one of his kegs is missing, and then they're all in the car, and they just drive away, and he's like, you fucking punks. And then everybody's in this adrenaline rush, and what happens then, so you got Red and Mandy, I think Mandy is driving, and then in the back, Jake and Marlon is sitting there, and Marlon is like, because they're not boyfriend and girlfriend, she just takes the map, puts it on his groin area, zips his pants open, starts to whack him off. You hear the sound, and you see the guy, like, she sees the guy's orgasm face in the fucking, rear window. You see, I mean, and he's holding her head, like the back of her head, taking her hair, like he wants to push her head on his cock to give her a BJ, and she's like, and he's like, and she's like turning the mirror up. Now, please comment if you would like that in your car with a bunch of friends, right? You're driving, and you hear this girl just giving him a sloppy hand job, and you see the guy's orgasm face in the fucking rear window. Would you like that? I would be like, you pieces of shit, can you fucking wait? Can you just fucking wait until you have some privacy, What the fuck? Comment if you would mind that or not. I would mind that for sure. I wouldn't, if it's my car and there are all these jizz stains on my fucking back seat. Jeez, only that, and only seeing this guy getting, I would be stopping the car and thinking that he has a seizure or something. Fuck, what the hell? Later on in the movie, again, she just gives him a BJ, and then she asks, now you should go down on me, right? And then he's, no way. He's like, okay. But he's like an asshole. Everybody's making fun of him because he has a small dick, and because everybody of these girls have had sex with him, at least Chloe and Marlon, and they're all like this. And a few of the guys know this too, because they're like jocks and sitting in the shower. Like, I think Bert, he's the black guy. He's big, muscular, and got Marlon there, Jake there, and they're all like doing this, and he gets angry for this, and then like I said, Marlon goes to look for him and comfort him and gives him a BJ, and then he basically leaves her out there in the cold, and he goes back, like an asshole he is, and she gets killed in a pretty gruesome way. She gets this shotgun. She first gets hit in the face, then she gets this shotgun barrel pushed through her mouth, and her teeth are broken. She's squirting out blood out of her mouth, and he's doing this movement like she's giving the barrel of the shotgun, and she's holding it like this. She's giving the barrel of the shotgun a blowjob. So he's doing that, and it's not gonna. And then he does this gentle thing, and he just pushes the barrel straight to her jaw, and you see her jaw ripping open. It's pretty fucked up kill. Later on, he goes to look for Marlon, and you see Marlon is sitting there on a beach, and he's saying, "Are you crying, Marlon, or are you puking? Doesn't matter to me, you know that." He's got to die, this motherfucker. And then you see Marlon still alive. What the fuck? And he's like, coughing up blood, or cheek hanging off. And then the killer tries to shoot him. He jumps in the water, and eventually he comes out of the water. The killer shoots him through the head. But then guard, the caretaker, comes in and he says, "Listen up. I'm hearing shouts out there. You're drinking strong alcohol. You're all underage. You're taking drugs. Like I'm not only seeing fucking weed, but I'm seeing Ritalin and coke. You're sniffing shit. I'm not gonna tell your parents, Red, but if you don't stop this shenanigan bullshit, I'm gonna call your parents. You got that? Okay, guard." I go, okay, guard. I go, okay, guard. I mean, there's this moment of truth in there, and Mandy says that, but she's always spacing out. She never does drugs. She always spacing out, like. And at some point, she's asked truth or dare, and then they say, Mandy, yeah, truth or dare, dare. Chloe says, I dare you to get the cowboy in the house to get to drink with us. The cowboy being Guard. The women will all like Guard because he's the manly man, you know, ex-marine. And okay, she goes to get the guy, and she's like super flirtatious with him, being, you know, flirting with him, and you know, what, do you like to come in the house? And he says, no, I don't. And she's like, huh? It's almost like the first guy that wouldn't like to get into her pants. And she, you really don't? No, I don't. I don't. Sorry. And then you see Red's head coming out of the window, puking his guts out. Yeah, you really don't? No, I really don't. It's like, okay. She does. I mean, it's almost like the first time in history that a guy didn't accept her. I mean, her beauty. You know what I mean? And it kind of felt good. It kind of felt good. I mean, there's also this scene. We know who the killer is halfway through the movie. I'm gonna tell you, surprise, it's Emmett. Okay? Halfway through the movie, you know the killer is. He lets himself shown. So Emmett, who killed Dylan, the guy who she didn't speak to, because I didn't know who that. I forgot. Emmett's in the beginning of the movie has black hair and curls, but then 9 months later, you see Mandy jogging, and she likes to jog, and then but fairly fast, and then you see a guy jogging behind her, and it's Emmett, but he had this blonde, light brown hair, and not curly anymore, and he's trying to jog and trying to talk with her, and she's ignoring him. So I didn't know. Oh, that's Emmett. Okay. So when he gets revealed, you see, okay, it's Emmett. Okay, and he's doing the killing. Now I do not understand why he's killing. So the thing is, he's in love with Mandy Lane, right? So why the fuck is he killing the girls? I don't understand. Now there is a moment in the movie where Mandy Lane is sitting there with Chloe, and she's you know, rubbing her hair and this, and she's looking at her in a way that she's gonna kiss her, and she's also looking at her, and I think they're gonna kiss, but they get interrupted by Red, I guess, and Red and Bert, and they wanted to kiss. At that point I thought, oh, maybe she's a lesbian. That would be one of the reasons that she's not into guys, and that she's cock blocking every guy. That could be something, or bisexual at least. And that's the reason that Emmett kills these girls too, because but he doesn't know or think she's a fucking lesbian. Then Red Bird goes after the car. He goes out at night to look for Jake, and then there's this car next to him. He sees, and he's put his mask off. He says, "It's Emmett." He says, "What the hell are you doing here?" And "Hey, get in the fucking car." He puts his gun to this two barrel, and Bird is like super fast, taking him out of the car, giving a few clonks in his fucking face. And "What the hell are you doing? Are you crazy?" Uh, uh, no, "I'm crazy for her." And then he slices him like here, and the blood's gushing. I'm not sure if he slashed him in the eyes. He slashed him like here, and he can't see a thing, and then he's playing this game. "Birdie, can you hear me? I'm here, Birdie. I'm here." And then he slashes him, and then slashes him more and more and more, and then at some point, guard says, "We gotta get the fuck out of here." And when they get out, he gets shot in the shoulder, and he flies back, and he says, "You guys got to get the fuck out of here." Now, Mandy wants to stay with guards, putting pressure on the wound, and Chloe and Red go out of the back of the house, trying to go to guard's trailer, get his keys for his Jeep. But then the killer he took the keys from he kills Red first. He takes his keys from his car. So I don't know. I don't understand why he said, "Go get the keys from." Oh yeah. Sorry. He says, "Okay, you got keys for a car. Okay, take your car, get the fuck out of here, and get to the police as soon as possible." So they're going around the house, getting up to their car. They're almost there, and then Red and Chloe start to kiss each other, and then he's shot in the back. He dies. Chloe runs away. Emmett takes his keys, takes his car, and then tries to drive behind her with this song, this rapping song, and he's doing this like "Sunshine, lollipops," and it's going behind her, and she's running away. Now, guard says to Mandy, "Get the fuck to my trailer. Their keys for my Jeep. Take them." She's going into the trailer. She goes to the trailer. And then, spoiler for nobody who wants to know what's gonna happen here, okay? Now, before I spoil this movie, Emmett's the fact that it's Emmett, like I said, halfway, even before halfway in the movie, they say it's him, and it's already implied that he's fucked up. He played mentally with Dylan, you know, to basically let him commit suicide because he knew he wouldn't get that jump. No, but you know, a clever way to kill somebody without being implied that he killed somebody. But Mandy knew better at that point. She knew him. It's a good movie. The acting is... I didn't like any of these characters. That's the problem. Chloe is like this super... And I'm thinking that's the age, the youth of today. These girls being almost anorexic, want to be as skinny as fuck, then wearing these fucking tits enhancers. I mean, plaques on their boobs to make their boobs look bigger. And then she was doing something weird there with a scissor, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? Because some Marlon says something that she has down there. I'm not sure. I think she had a big bush. Yeah, I think that was her comment because she said something about Sherwoods. So, and I guess that was the thing. And then Marlon being this slut who just starts to hand job a guy in the car, in the back of a car, now doing it in the abandoned silo to comfort him. Okay, that's another thing. But then in the car, I mean, Jake being this asshole creep piece of shit who also tries to get in Mandy's pants really aggressively at some point, and she again, you know, blocks him off. Then Mandy herself is like, she's not, she doesn't fit there. She doesn't like these people. Why the fuck? When did you go to this place? The only character I liked was Gart, because he's the only one who can withstand her flirting, Mandy's body flirting, you know. That's the only character I liked. And I liked Emmett as a killer. I liked his way of doing things. He was making jokes. He was sort of sarcastic. The gore was good. The gore was there. The location was good. But for my part, the entire gang, they were cannon fodder for me. I didn't emotionally got involved with them. Fuck you. So what happens is, so give it a shot. It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. Okay. Now going for the spoiler. Dun, 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 dun. She goes in the trailer, takes the keys, takes a knife to protect her. Then she sees Chloe coming and the car behind her, and says, "Yeah, come, Chloe, come here, come here, come here." And she's like, "Okay, okay." She's coming towards her, and then she hugs her, and you hear a knife going in. So oh fuck, no, they're going that route. So she stabbed her, and ding, ding, ding. What happens? She starts to kiss Emmett. So they're this killing duo, although Mandy only killed Chloe at this point. But okay, here things get complicated. Why would Mandy want to kill these people? Was she tired of being harassed? And then the killer, Emmett, I liked him because he was like saying, "Don't, okay, if you shoot me," they're having this suicide pact to kill, because he loves her really hard. But then I'm thinking, okay, he loves her, but why kill the women too then? That's weird. The guys, yeah, because he was always talking about the guys. But the ladies, maybe he knew that Mandy was bisexual, so the ladies could be a possibility. She may be bisexual or lesbian. I don't know. I mean, weird. Then he gives her pills, so she would be euphoric when she dies. And he says, "Shoot me in the heart, but shoot me a bunch of times in the heart, because it doesn't always work. But don't shoot me in the face. My mom wants an open casket." He's like talking about, okay. And then she says, "I'm not gonna do that, Emmett." "Why not?" Then, help me, now shoot him." And she jumps away, and you see Guard standing there with his rifle, shoots Emmett. He takes his machete and goes after him, and Guard with his last power can evade some slashes. He even hits him once. Then he gets slashed in the side and stabbed in the side, and then eventually he goes after Mandy, and she says, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die. But I love you. I love you. I don't. Look at my book. Look at my book." He has this book full of, and he says, "It was for the copycat killers, so they can represent us to be this new killer couple. I love you." And sorry, I don't. And she takes the fucking machete and she starts to slash him to bits and kills him in a fit of rage. Then for some weird reason, so I'm guessing there are two reasons. She sees that Garrett's still alive. She takes Garrett with her. Now Garrett in the car says, "You saved our lives. You saved our lives, Mandy." And she's laughing like, and she's driving away. Now, why didn't she kill Garrett? Not Garrett, sorry. One, because she needed him to maybe be an alibi that she isn't the killer, that Emmett was the killer. Secondly, because I think she was neglected by him and that he was not interested in her for her looks. I think it was a combination of the two that she kept him alive. Yeah, I think so. I think so. And then the movie ends. While they're driving away. So yeah, like I said, the ending. It's that couple. It's that twist. Okay, yeah, Mandy. But you see that Mandy's fucked up in the head. You can see that there's something wrong with her. It's not a surprise. Yeah, I've seen that before. And listen, it's a movie. It's a one-time watch. I recommend it to see it once. So there you go. Have a nice day. See you for the next one. Bye.